Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Here, reviewing all sorts of new stuff each and every Wednesday on the channel across all the different genres that we cover on SOT. All forms of metal, progressive rock, jazz fusion, jazz, classic rock, hard rock. That's kind of our sweet spots here. And today we're going to take a look at the third album from this band from West Virginia. It's released on Blues Funeral Recordings, a great little label. There's all these great little labels that put out like doomy, stoner, prog metal, sludge metal type stuff, more of the underground sort of thing, but very cool music. The band is called Horseburner Voice of Storms, is their latest release. Look at that cool album art right there. This comes a number of years, 5 years after The Thief from 2019, and their first album was Dead Seeds, Barren Soil from 2016. Let's take a look here. So again, Horseburner, Voice of Storms, Digipack, lyrics and things. Do we have any listings of who's in the band? Yes, we do. Jack Thomas, guitars, vocals, and keyboards. Adam Nohe on drums, vocals, percussion. Matt Strobel, guitar, and Ryan Aleph, bass, upright bass. Co-produced by the band and Neil Turi. Recorded and engineered by Neil at Amish Electric Chair Studio during the summer and fall of 2023. Mastered by Billy Joe Bowers, like I said, and cover art by Brian Mercer. I really dig the cover art on this. Very, very cool. It's got this kind of like pagan horror type thing going on there. I love pagan horror films, folk horror, that sort of thing. Anyway, what is this band all about? Well, they label themselves as a kind of sludge metal band, and for those of you who don't, sludge metal is kind of like this meeting of like doom, stoner, and hardcore, but there's loads of progressive metal stuff going on in this as well. I'm thinking what I really hear when I listen to this band, and again, they don't really sound like them, but they come in with a similar approach, early Baroness and early Mastodon. Right, so you got that hardcore kind of sludgy background, but with all this kind of prog stuff hitting at it as well, with a little dose of doom. Well, Mastodon really doesn't do much when it comes to doom, but they have these kind of doomy riffs a lot early on, and that's kind of what's going on here. And we have on this album, I believe it's about 47 minutes long, I think, all told, and you've got 9 tracks, and it's interesting. It's almost like a tale of two halves. The first half of the album is definitely your more kind of sludge, stoner, metal thing, right? It's got the kind of the gruff vocals and the frantic drumming and, all sorts of big riffs and rumbling rhythms and things like that. Summer's Bride, The Gift, Heaven's Eye, bust right out of the gate, pretty stomping stuff right there. But then all of a sudden, starting with The Fawn, which is this kind of weird, folky thing, it's, very much the feel of what you see on the cover, this kind of like acoustic, folky type thing, and that moves into Hidden Bridges, which is absolutely terrific. And all of a sudden, you see the skills of this band, the prog and the folk leaning starting to come out, all these intricate passages weaving around each other. Still pretty heavy, but very, very sophisticated. Palisades is terrific. Diana is a great song. And here you get the more melodic side of the band coming out. And like I said, the guitars and the arrangement just really good. The vocal harmonies are well done. Silver Arrows, also excellent. And then Widow, The Hunt and the Prize, which is the last track. It's one of the longer tracks on the album. Has this very, if you like the really intricate proggy stuff of Mastodon, like Blood Mountain, and the third, fourth, and fifth album from Mastodon, where they really started to get. It started with Leviathan, but like from Leviathan for the next 2 or 3 albums, do you like that kind of all these weaving guitars, very intricate proggy guitars, and just intoxicating rhythms and the cool vocal melodies and things? Widow, The Hunt and the Prize is a terrific closer on this album. Really, really good. I like this a lot. And it's funny because like I said, it's like a tale of two halves. Because if you just go by the first couple of tracks on the album, it's not how the rest of the album plays out at all. It's like they hit you with the really, really heavy stuff, almost extreme stuff right off the bat, and then it gets really proggy and really, really interesting and thought-provoking. And their musical virtuosity really, really comes out quite a bit. Let me read you some stuff here that they have listed on their Bandcamp page. Horseburner blasted onto the scene amid comparisons to Mastodon and Baroness with an iteration of high-energy sludge metal that sprung from their Appalachian industrial background and elevated conceptual themes. Gear shifting from hard charging to restrained to urgent and angular, they distinguish themselves from their stoner psych contemporaries with staggering musicianship, deploying endless musical flexes that a lot of bands just don't have in their bags. Yeah, there's some stuff in the back end of the CD. It's got like this kind of King Crimson-y thing going on. Very cool. Voice of Storms is a sludge prog triumph of soaring, obliterating mini epics that goes places a lot of heavy rock doesn't. Like a more brutal Torch or a more adept High on Fire, Horseburner grab you by the throat and submerge you in blistering tempos, fearless hooks, and burly crush, always pushing forward and blazing into new sonic territory. Yeah, that kind of says it very, very well, and I would agree with all of that. This is a definite quick grower. Like I said, I've listened to this like about 5 times now, and the first time I was like, okay, that's good spots. I wasn't really paying close attention to it. Then I listened to it by the pool over the weekend, and I was like, okay, I hear some really cool stuff going on. And then I listened to it a couple more times, really trying to pay attention to it. And then I'm like, I just fell in love with the whole back end of the CD. I like the first couple tracks too as well. That's the heavier stuff on here. So yeah, really, really good. Barnstorming, stoner, sludge, psych, prog, all blended into one. Voice of Storms by Horseburner. Check it out. I'll drop the link to the Bandcamp page down below. Like I said, they're available. It's available on Blues Funeral Records. Very cool little label. Go check it out. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell to get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Take care. Bye-bye.